Hello, Luiginoids. This is LuigiXRules doing something different, a review, specifically of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Those of you who are watching have probably never watched any of my videos, so I'll keep the introduction brief. I've never done any Plants vs. Zombies related content on my channel, so I hope this turns out good. Anyway, today is the 10th anniversary of Plants vs. Zombies. Supposedly some information regarding Plants vs. Zombies 2019 will come out today, so I hope it does. Couldn't tell already, though. I'm doing this review to celebrate this anniversary. PvZ GW is a game I played a lot. I mean, just look at all these old files of me playing the game. Yes, the sequel and possibly prequel has come out, but the original holds a lot of nostalgia for me. So let's see if this game still holds up today. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the game, the plot. It goes as follows. Zombies are trying to take over the world, and plants are trying to stop them. That's really it. Nothing else. See, this game is more focused on gameplay, so the plot doesn't really matter all that much. With the plot out of the way, let's go into the gameplay. There's a lot to talk about, so this will be the bulk of the video. There's tons of different modes to play, with even more characters to play as. So here's a rundown of the features. Let's talk about core mechanics first. Attacking your opponent will deal damage to them. What? Too basic and obvious? Alright, fine, I'll just go over the features that are specific to this game and not the sequel. When you get revived by a healer in this game, you only respawn with half of your max HP, just like if you get revived with the others. Also, you can only regenerate half of your max HP. This makes healers more important in this game because, like, you can only regenerate to half your health, and you only spawn with half your health, so you really have to be on top of healing. Speaking of regeneration, though, if you shoot or use an ability while regenerating or reviving, you'll stop doing it. For some reason, they decided that if you shoot while regenerating, you just stop. And reviving, like, when I played the sequel for the first time, that's immediately one of the first things I noticed. I could shoot and turn the camera while reviving. It makes it so that you can defend yourself much more easily. Anyway, this means you are defenseless when reviving now, so you have to be more careful about where you revive. This video is probably going to be pretty long, so let's do a speed round for the character info. Each character has a main weapon and 3 different abilities. There are many different variants of the characters with which affect their main weapon and variants of the abilities. Explaining all of the different variants will take too long, so I'll just explain the main elements there. Fire, ice, electricity, and toxic. Fire damage deals the damage over time. So ice slows and eventually freezes the target. Electricity does some smaller damage so opponents close to the target, and toxic does less damage over time, but toxic variants typically inflict toxic on enemies just by standing near them. There are other variants like more HP and less speed, but it would also take way too long to explain those. Anyway, onto the characters. Pea Shooter is your standard attacker for the plants. His main weapon has splash damage, so you don't have to hit your target directly. He has a Chili Bean Bomb, which explodes your enemies, Hyper, which lets him run fast and jump high, and a Pea Gatling, which allows him to stay in place and shoot rapid fire, non-splash damage speeds. You're very susceptible to attacks from places you can't see while this mode does, so be careful. The Chomper is a character that specializes in insta-killing zombies. Also, they can't be revived after being eaten by a Chomper. Main attack varies greatly between types. Sometimes they chomp, other times they spray. No matter what, though, if you get it behind a zombie, you can swallow them whole with the press of a button. The Chomper's side abilities are Goop, which slows down the zombies and attacks, very useful for swallowing them. The Spike Lead, which entangles the zombie, dealing decent damage and allowing you to easily swallow them. And the Burrow, which makes the Chomper burrow underground. While underground, if you go under a zombie, you can swallow it. As you can see, the swallowing is a big part of the Chomper's moveset. The Sunflower is the healer of the group. I shouldn't have to explain what that means. Her main attack is not very powerful, but has a lot of ammo and fires at a pretty fast rate. The Heal Beam heals a nearby plant, and the Heal Flower heals multiple plants around you, including yourself. Sunflower also has this beam that I don't use very often, but it does basically the same as Beam Gatling, except instead of multiple bullets, it shoots beam. Really, though, it's the same thing. Also, the Sunflower and the Scientist, which is the zombie healer, can revive teammates twice as fast as any other character. I find myself playing as the Sunflower a lot because not many people like to play support characters, which is what the Sunflower is, and somebody has to play support characters. So she has one of the highest levels of every character. I'll explain that later. Cactus is basically a long-range sniper. Her main attack is a precision shot that can do damage from basically anywhere on the field. To keep her back, she has a tall net shield she can place that isn't very effective, and a potato mine that explodes when a zombie locks on it. This ability is one of the best in the game because you can get a lot of kills from it from people that don't expect it to be there. Also, she has a drone that can deal pretty good damage if you can hit the target, and a set of core bombs that could pretty easily kill it. It's suspecting zombies. Be careful though. The drone can be shot at to kill it, and if the characters get hit while controlling it, she'll get knocked out of the control. That's another reason why you should stay back whilst controlling the drone. Oh boy, this is already getting long and boring, I'm sure. The foot soldier is the main attacker of the zombie side. Its main attack is similar to the sunflowers, except it has less ammo and does more damage. It can get on roofs pretty easily with rocket jump. Speaking of rockets, foot soldiers also have this EPG. This rocket instantly kills any place it hits, but it can still be revived after getting hit by it, unlike the chopper's chop. It's very useful for taking out pea shooters and pea gatling and sunflowers in their B mode. Also, the soldier has a sting cloud that slowly deals damage to your opponents and blinds them, allowing a quick CPG to come and hit them. Sadly, you can't see through it either, so it's not too useful for that purpose. The engineer is essentially the chopper repellent. Its main weapon is like the pea shooters in that it deals splash damage. It also has a drone, just like the cactus. Now on to the chopper repellent. The engineer has a jackhammer that allows it to quickly travel across the map, and it's immune to chopper's burrows. Or rather, it gets swallowed instead of the engineer. He also gets a stun grenade that stuns all plants it hits, not letting them attack, use their abilities, or even move very quickly. It also pulls choppers out of the ground, so they can't swallow them as easily. Well, the engineer is, again, mainly a chopper repellent. Its splash damage and stun grenade really help it take out the plant force. Scientist is a healer in the zombie side. Its main weapon deals more damage the closer it is to the target, which is how all main weapons work, but the effect seems to be exemplified with this case. It has a healing station which allows it to heal zombies around it and itself, and a warp that allows it to get in close to the enemy, really useful for the whole more damage up close thing, and a sticky bomb that explodes when a plant is near it. It's not as effective as the potato mine, but still deals damage. Personally, though, I think the other version of the bomb, the heal bomb, is better. Okay, I saved the best for last. Also, it just happens to be the last one on the list. The All-Star is what I consider to be the best character class in the game. It is very resilient, with the highest health of all normal variant characters, and its dummy shields, which block damage. The main weapon of the All-Star is also very unique. It doesn't have any ammo, so it needs to reload, but it sometimes overheats if you use it too much. It also takes a while to start firing, unless you hold zoom, in which it instantly starts whenever you hit the shoot button. Side weapons are pretty good too. The M-Punch is a bomb that has less of an area of effect, or AoE, than the chili bomb, but explodes much faster, so it's harder to get away from. Mud Tackle is a good move for damaging plants, 80 damage, and getting away from things like burrowing choppers and chili bean bombs. These guys are really good at almost everything. Alright, finally done with the characters. They're cool and all, but they wouldn't be much without game modes to play as them. There are a lot of different modes. Welcome Mat, Team Vanquish, Gardens and Graveyards, classic variants of those two, No Bomb, Suburbanation, Vanquish Confirmed, and Taco Bandits. Welcome Mat is a very simple game mode where you have to kill the opposing team 50 times. If someone on one team gets revived, the other team loses a point. There are a lot of different maps. Garden Center, Crash Course, with a night variant for some reason, Sawboss Estate, Suburban Flat, Jewel Junction, also has a nice variant, night variant, Sharkbite Shores, Chomtown, and Port Scallywag. You can only use normal variants of characters, and you get more health the more you die. I don't usually play Welcome Mat though, as Team Vanquish is basically the same, except for that you can use variants of characters and your health remains the same. This is the mode I typically play because it's simple, but you can still play as whoever you want to. And the classic mode is essentially just Welcome Mat without the health thing. No Bomb is a mode where you have to bomb the opponent's gardens or graveyards. If you bomb all three of them within 15 minutes, you win. When you have the bomb, you can't use any of your abilities. Don't worry if there's a bomb on one of your towers. You have about 30 seconds to defuse it. 15 minutes expire, the win goes to whoever destroys the most opposing towers. If there's a tie, it goes into overtime until one team destroys a tower. I don't play this mode much though, because I think it's boring. 15 minutes is too long for me, and if it goes into overtime, yuck. Suburbanation is very interesting. You have to control these different points on the map for the longest time to win. You gain control by just standing in the zone. If your team controls all three zones, you are in Suburbanation and get a lot of points added to your total. You also get plenty of coins for achieving this goal. The main goal is to reach 100 points. Now, I dislike this mode for the same reason I dislike No Bomb. It's too long. Since I'm not really good at surviving for long periods of time, I can have trouble controlling the zones. Really, you'll want to be with someone at all times in this mode. Vanquish Confirmed is a lot like Team Vanquish. In this mode, just killing your opponent isn't enough. You have to collect this orb thing to confirm the Vanquish. There is no way to subtract points from the opposing team, but you can collect the orbs before your opponent does to deny the Vanquish. You can revive, like in all game modes, but you don't see it too often since it doesn't really mean anything in this mode. In Taco Bandits, the plants have to defend the tacos and the zombies have to capture them. If they capture three, they win. There's a similar mode to this added in the sequel, Capture the Taco. However, that was different because the plants could also capture tacos. In this one, it's just zombies attacking the plants. When you obtain a taco, you have to try to get it back to the UFO thing that it obtains the tacos for some reason. However, you cannot use your abilities while carrying a taco, so you should probably hang out with the group to capture it. When I played as the All-Star, so I pretty much just won because All-Star is like really good. Also, you have 6 minutes to do it, which I really like because, ah, finally, it's not very long. Even Capture the Tacos 8 minutes, I think, is a bit long. 6 minutes, that's a good length. Oh, and I forgot mixed mode was in this game. It just cycles through all of the different modes. That's really all there is to it. Now, the biggest game mode of all, Gardens and Graveyards. This mode consists of 4 unique maps, Driftwood Shores, Walnut Hills, which is now the sequel, Main Street, and Cactus Canyon. Each map has a different amount of objectives. One has 5, two has 6, and one has 7. Each map also has a different end objective. Gardens and Graveyards, the zombies are advancing on the plants, trying to take out important locations. You take out the bases the same way you do in Suburbanation. Have more zombies than plants in the field, and when the meter fills up, you capture the base. To keep this video shorter, I'll only graze on the final objectives. You deal damage to the Sunflower Tower and Driftwood Shores. You get 5 zombies into the base in Walnut Hills. You defuse the bombs in Main Street, and you push this golf ball into the hole in Cactus Canyon. These maps are huge, so there's a lot of details that are very hard to notice during normal gameplay. My opinion on this mode, it's okay. Again, this mode is pretty long, so it gets boring after a while. However, defending can be fun with the pea shooter's chili bean bomb, and attacking is really good with All-Star's IHP. Oh yeah, and the engineers can create portals to help the zombies reach the goal faster. However, experienced players will know where the portal generator might spawn, so you might have to fight for it. You build turrets to defend against any plants that are trying to attack it. If you do this, though, you would have to race to get to it, as all engineers want the coins you get from people using your portal. That might be all of the competitive modes, but there's still a cooperative one, Garden Ops. This mode is plant exclusive, but it's still pretty fun. The objective is to defend your base for 10 waves, pretty similar to the original Plants vs. Zombies, except obviously that game you had less waves. Every Wave 3 and Wave 8 are challenge waves. There will always be some extra objectives to do in these waves, and you get coins for completing those objectives. Also, every Wave 5 and 10 are boss waves. During these waves, a slot machine is rolled and bosses are chosen. If 3 of the same boss are chosen, you get a super boss wave. These are harder than your average boss wave, but you get more coins from these waves. There's also jackpot waves, which occur when the spinner gets 3 coins, money bags, or even diamonds. Get 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000 coins respectively for completing these waves. You can play with up to 3 other people, and you can grow potted plants to help you during your fight. Typically, I play on easy just because it's more fun that way. But you can also play on normal, hard, or crazy. This mode is very fun, whether you play it with actual people or not. I'd recommend this if you need to vanquish zombies for your missions. Oh, I should probably explain the missions now. There are certain missions you have to level up your characters. When you level up, you get coins or character pack. These character packs will obtain consumables, customizables, and a special character sticker for that class. It's programmed so you always get that new character at level 10. However, there are some missions that can be very specific, and it can be hard to complete it. Luckily, you can find skip challenge stars in your packs that can skip those. Really, though, I'd recommend playing around these missions to spice up the gameplay, but if you have some really weird mission, just skip it. I've mentioned coins a lot, but what do they do? Well, you can buy sticker packs with them from the sticker shop. You can access the sticker shop on the main menu or in between rounds. Also, you can check how you did in between rounds and see if you got any posts. But anyway, sticker packs contain stickers that act as your collectibles. There are many different packs of characters, including a guaranteed new variant pack, a special collectibles pack, and a consumables pack. You can view the characters and customizables you have, your stats and upgrades for each character, and your overall playtime in the sticker book. The customizables and taunts add a lot of personality to the game. Each variant of a character besides the original are unlocked by collecting 5 of the corresponding character stickers. Opening these packs are extremely exhilarating, as you never know what you're going to get for them. You might get something like super rare or just something very common. Of course, no game is without its flaws. Sometimes it feels like you just can't win, no matter how many games you play. Also, the damage output of certain abilities can be very weird sometimes. It can feel like you're getting hit by nothing, too. Let's not forget about the beast that is the All-Star, who really is an All-Star. Is pretty much always the best choice. I can really rage sometimes when playing this game because it can feel really unfair. And this isn't really a flaw, but something that I wanted to mention. This game had a partnership with Cheetos at some points, and, well, we got the Chester Chomper, Dr. Chester, and the abilities of Chesterweed, Cheesy Goop, Cheetah Heal Station, the Cheetah Bomb, and the Cheesy Warp. The scientists ones are actually pretty good. Not the Cheetah Ball, but the other ones. They could be pretty good. It's a bit of a weird partnership. However, nostalgia is telling me that this game is good, no matter what bad things happen in it. Overall, this game is an oldie, but a goodie. It's very surprising that even 5 years later, and with the sequel that's better in almost every way, people play this game. If you don't already have this game or the sequel, I'd still recommend getting the sequel. However, if you do have the original, you should play it every now and then. Thank you for watching this video. I worked very long and hard on it. Enough people like this video, I might do something similar to it in the future, aka another review. Alright, I'm done. You can go play this game or watch some other PvZ 10th anniversary specials now. Or maybe speculate about PvZ 2019 if that information on that comes out today. Anyway, until next time, if you ever come back, bye.